Good afternoon, listeners. This is your RJ Imad Kasir on Planet FM 87.6. The show is your favorite Mind and Muse, and every Saturday from 12 to 2 p.m. We dive deep into the rich worlds of art, literature, mind sciences, book reviews, and we also invite esteemed guests to our studios to have discussions on such subjects. And today it's a special episode, and I am super excited because the guest we have today, she is a spiritual healer, she is a tarot card reader, she is such a wonderful person to talk to, and she not only teaches you how to deal with your emotions but also with your energies. So she is a master in all those areas. So please welcome Shabana Ali Sahiba. Welcome Shabana Sahiba. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you so much for inviting, Imad.
And listeners, you can join us on www.radio.gov.pk/live-streaming, and you can follow our Facebook page with the name Planet FM 87.6, and you can also download the Radio Pakistan's official app and you can listen to us. Shabana Ali, first of all, let's start with the basic. Tell us about yourself.
About myself.
Yes, exactly.
This is the most difficult thing to talk about because, all the time I'm listening to other people's issues and about themselves. So it's really a little complicated to talk about myself. So if I have to, explain who I am, I would say I'm a person who was so wounded and who was so traumatized. And since I started healing myself on this personal healing journey, I met so many beautiful souls who were going through traumas and similar kind of issues. And I didn't even realize when I became a healer, and I was helping others to heal as well. So, all the healers are basically wounded people who manage to heal themselves.
So that is really a nice way to introduce yourself. So people often get confused with these terms like spiritual healer or mind scientist. So tell our listeners in simple words what exactly you do.
These terms are for the understanding of other people basically. In fact, all the mind scientists and healers, they do the same thing. They help you raise your vibrational frequency. They help you heal your traumas, your release your fears, so you can manifest something better in your life, come out of those stuck situations wherever you are stuck in your life. For example, it can be your health issues or financial issues or relationship issues. Whenever we get stuck somewhere, that means we need to work on our inner self and remove those barriers which are causing that stuck situation. So we all do that same thing, removing those barriers so that you can have a better and more peaceful life.
Right. So what made you choose this path of healing and transformation?
As I told you in my introduction,
Right.
I was trying to heal myself. I was trying to fix my life.
Right.
And in the process, I discovered we, mainly all these people who are going through any problems, they just need to fix themselves. So it's a journey about your inner development, inner growth. So basically when I started this thing, learning process, when I started this learning process, I was going through some tough situations. From financial crisis to relationship issues with my family. So at one point I realized I needed to discipline myself. I needed to clear my traumas and my victimhood and self-pity, and I was supposed to bring more love to myself, because whatever you are thinking about yourself, other people will feel the same way about you. For example, if you are feeling sorry for yourself, other people will, that thought will reflect in other people, and everybody is going to
that energy will be radiated from you, and people will feel that.
It's other people are just your own projection. For example, this morning, Imad, you came out of your home, and before leaving, you looked at yourself in the mirror and you thought, oh my God, today I'm not looking good. I don't like this dress. I don't like this color. You are not going to feel good the whole day, because you trained your brain to, you gave a message to your inner self that I'm not supposed to look good today. And one day you just tell yourself, oh my God, I'm feeling so good about myself. Today I'm looking good. I love this color. You are not loving yourself, but you're loving that color you're wearing. And the whole day you will notice people are complimenting you. So this world is illusion. This outer world, you are an illusion. Whatever I'm thinking about myself, or whatever I believe about myself, my core belief, it will be reflected through you. You may comment, or you may not say anything about my looks or anything, about my personality maybe, or anything, but your feelings, they totally depend on my feelings about myself. So the same applies on every matter in your life. For example, how much you are earning, is it giving you enough to have a balanced life, or you are struggling with your career, and you're struggling with your finances? That too is connected with your inner belief. So first of all, if you want to achieve something in your life, you need to clear those old beliefs. So I started my journey from clearing old beliefs, and then I realized there were so many people around, who needed this guidance. So this whole journey started.
That's inspirational, and you rightly mentioned, Shabana ji, that whatever message we give to ourselves and our subconscious mind and the universe then makes sure that everyone else thinks the same. So how much of our life problems are actually psychological versus energetic?
Well, the energy and our psychological connection, basically they're connected. Everything is
fine.
Interrelated. You can say interrelated, because everything is connected with everything. For example, when something goes wrong in your life, first of all, it starts happening on an energetic level. Your thoughts are energy, your beliefs are energy, or at least they create energy. Because whenever you think of something repeatedly, you're thinking about something that becomes a part of your subconscious mind, and that manifests everything in everything, and in all the situations in your life. So they are all interconnected, psychological, you can say, or energy wise, or you can say on a spiritual level. Everything is connected. One thing is triggered, and because of the other thing. So you have to change all those aspects if you want to change something.
It reminds me of that famous quote from Nikola Tesla, who said that if you want to know the secrets of the universe, try to think in terms of energy, vibrations and frequencies.
Yes.
So that is what you are talking about. So would you say healing begins with awareness?
With awareness, yes. Of course, with awareness. For example, awareness that you need to heal yourself, and awareness that you need to fix something in your life. You need to know that you need to fix something in your life. Otherwise, you can't go on this process of healing.
So unless we know exactly what issue are we facing, we can't fix it. So
no. Awareness, I take it as if, for example, if a person is going through a bad relationship at home, he is fighting with his wife and his kids are not happy with him, and he's very upset, he doesn't have any peace, and he's blaming other people. I mean, my wife should behave this way and my children should behave this way, and that's how we can maintain peace at home. This person is not aware. He thinks other people need to fix themselves. When you think other people need to fix themselves, you are blaming circumstances or situations or people. You are not ready to heal yourself. Your situation is never going to improve. Awareness means that person becomes aware that I need to change myself, my inner self. There is something in me that is causing unrest and conflicting situations in my life. So that is awareness basically. Or there's another example. A person is working day and night. They are totally focused on their business or career or whatever, but they are always complaining about lack of money, and they are always feeling sorry for themselves, and or maybe they are feeling people are not cooperating with them. Again, they are blaming others. Once they realize I need to fix my money energy, my relationship with money or success, unless they realize that, they cannot heal themselves. So this journey begins from within. When you fix yourself and you are able to heal yourself, the outer situations, they take care of themselves on their own.
We need to take care of our own selves. Rest will be taken care of itself. Okay, yes. So is the mind more powerful than we realize? Do we have all this power? You are just mentioning, you just mentioned that awareness starts with our own awareness, that we need to fix ourselves. So do we all have that power to fix ourselves?
Exactly. We do have a lot of power. We don't even realize. But the important thing is, if you are ready to experience that power, because your mind is so powerful, you can do anything with your brain, with your mind, if you use it correctly. And here I'm not talking about your heart frequency. Even if you leave it there and you are just a rational thinker, and you just figure out how to create new neural pathways by thinking positively and with gratitude, even if it's not from heart, this gratitude. But you are convinced that if you think in a certain way, almost 60% of your problems can be fixed. Mind is that powerful. But if you include your heart frequency into it, you can multiply that effect. So brain is very powerful. It starts with your mind, with your thoughts. And so many people, I notice when I'm trying to help people, my clients, some people are so rigid and they don't want to change themselves, and situation doesn't get better in their lives.
What are main energy related issues when people come to you for guidance? So what are common issues, and do they also affect our health?
Of course, they do affect our health, because common issues are basically these days mainly people are worried about their finances, and then there are conflicts at home, in relationships. And for example, when people come to me with relationship issues, I've noticed if they don't have a good relationship with their family, usually that affects their finances as well. So everything is interconnected, no? So mostly people are worried about finances, and there's this phrase I hear so often. People say, once my finances are controlled and they are managed and I'm able to earn more money, other things will be settled. But no, that's not the case. It has to do nothing with money situation. Mainly, we create our money issues because we have certain um, beliefs about money, wrong beliefs, and we are not grateful for whatever we have, and there are so many things, in that. So mainly, people come to me with money issues, and then secondary is relationship issues. The reason people don't want to spend on a healer, they don't want to pay fee to fix their relationship issues, because we believe our priority is usually this thing, money issue. We don't realize that our relationship issues are as important as our finances are, and we need to fix ourselves, to improve that family life. People believe somehow that money can resolve all these issues.
And this is, of course, a wrong belief. They
This
need
is a
to
wrong
fix
belief.
their right. So, and as you rightly mentioned, that these emotional stress, or if they are not, their energy-related issues are not resolved, that will affect their finances also, and their relationship, and even health. So it all starts with their
Yes.
fixing their issues. So how would someone know that they have issue and they need to consult, or they need to go to a spiritual healer or an energy healer?
I mean, you mean to say?
I just want to know for my listeners that what are the signs? How would one know?
How would one know? Okay, so if you are stuck in a situation, for example, you are working hard and you are not, your hard work is not recognized at your workplace, and you have changed places, you have switched jobs, and that similar situation arises everywhere.
So that
See?
shows that the problem
That
lies in the person, not
Yes,
in the.
and you are in a relationship, you find someone in your life, and then a certain pattern repeats in your life in a relationship. You get closer, you are about to marry, and then this person, you find out something about that person, and you realize, no, it's not going to work, and then you try it with another person, and same thing
So
happens.
people keep
So
on
when-
attracting those toxic.
Whenever a pattern is repeating itself, that means you need to change, you need to break that pattern, you need a healer, you need
So
to
there
consult.
comes, right. So do you see that people these days, do they really go to a healer, or still they want to fix their issues themselves, or they just feel that these issues are not related to their healing stuff? As you rightly mentioned, that people often think that their problems will be resolved if their financial things get better. So
Actually, I've noticed, within, you can say, past 5 years, not more than that, since past 5 years, people are more aware now, because there are so many people who contact me, and they want to really fix their inner selves. They are ready to work on themselves, and I feel so happy seeing these people improving their lives, and they really follow all the guidelines and everything. They really want to improve their life quality, and their everything about their lives. So now I'm feeling people are getting more aware, and they reach out to therapists and healers, whoever suits them, whoever they can find, and they are trying to fix themselves, not others. So these days I'm noticing people are really aware. People are getting more aware because of, I think, social media and internet and TV and everything. So people are able to think about it. It's in this awareness is making people's lives better, and they're now considering working on themselves. when I started my healing work, that was almost 12, 13, no, it was more than 15 years ago. So when I started this, I mean, there were very few people who would believe in such stuff. It was really difficult to convince someone you need healing, because they would come to me, okay, they wanted to know their future. Your future is basically, you have to make it, you have to create it. You create your future. If you would keep on thinking the way you are thinking right now, your future will be exactly as it was 9 years ago. So it was so difficult to explain to them. But now I feel people are more ready, and they are so convinced already. I don't need to convince them that you need to do some inner work. People are really ready now.
So they already know that whatever they think, that will be manifested, and whatever they are into any situation right now, that is due to their old thinking, and they can manifest their lives.
Yes.
So that is really great to know. And how long usually it takes this energy healing to show results?
Okay. It takes 6 weeks usually. Once you start working on yourself, you know what happens when you are born, from birth to 19 and 20 years age, your subconscious is basically developing its patterns. It's creating its patterns. So whatever is going on with you as a child, I believe from the birth to age 5, whatever goes on in your life, your subconscious picked up, and it laid out a basic structure for all your patterns. For example, how would be your health, and when you grow up, what career you are going to choose, and how would you do financially, and all that kind of stuff about your relationship. But especially till the age of 20, it keeps on developing itself, your subconscious. So you can change it though. You can follow a healing program and guidelines. You can do affirmations, meditation, and all that stuff, and that, creating new neural pathways. It takes you 3 weeks. When you start, for example, you start a new affirmation to change something about your certain pattern about attracting a partner in your life. It is going to take you 3 weeks to get that message across to your subconscious, and next 3 weeks your subconscious starts showing it in your life. But usually if you want to have permanent effects, that depends person to person, but my calculation is it's almost 4.5 months. And if you continuously keep on doing something, some affirmations and certain whatever guidelines you are following, you should do it for 4 to 5 months. Then you can expect some solid results, even if you are doing it for money. So you expect some good results after 4 to 5 months.
That manifestation process starts in 4 to 5 months.
Yes.
May it be relationship or financial issues,
Yes.
or health, or whatever the case may be.
And then there is another thing. For example, if you want to if you're earning 100 rupees and you want to increase it to 200 rupees, I'm giving an example. You want to double it. You can do that if you strictly follow all the guidelines. You can manifest that within 4 to 5 months. But if you want to earn, let's say you are earning 100 rupees and you want to earn 10,000 rupees, then it may take years, but it can happen.
It is possible,
It
but
is.
the time is the issue, and
Time.
it
And
is absolutely possible.
You need to be patient about
And
it.
there are so many examples given in that famous book, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. She has quoted so many such examples where people have, from scratch, they have, achieved their
They have
dreams.
achieved, yes.
And that
But with Rhonda Byrne is the issue with the secret is whatever they've told in that book. When you start doing this thing, you raise your frequency. And for example, in this money matter I mentioned, you need to raise your frequency. For example, you are on the scale of 1 to 10, your frequency is on 3, and you have to take it to 10 to multiply your money. When you start following a program, initially your frequency goes up, but during that process somehow it drops again. That is the challenge.
Why is it so?
Because when our subconscious starts accepting those commands, you can say, before accepting them, it rejects them. For example, you start saying, I'm a money magnet. Money flows to me freely and effortlessly. And your subconscious has been trained otherwise. So after a few days, it would, just start resisting, and then you won't feel like doing these affirmations. In the beginning, you might feel elevated.
You may start that enthusiastically, but your subconscious will go back to its old pattern.
And it would reject this thing, you are infusing into it.
So how to overcome that?
You keep on doing this, even if you don't feel like, even if you feel down and very low, and you feel gloomy. Sometimes people really feel very sad.
Yes, they do.
So you have to keep on doing, and most of the times, what happens, people at that point when subconscious resists and you don't feel like doing those affirmations, they stop doing it. So they don't complete the process.
Consistency here is the key.
Consistency is the key. So, and then you can restart, you can give it a break, and then you can start considering day number 1. You can't do this that if you do it for, let's say, 2 weeks and then you stop this practice, you can't continue after that.
So here this
after the gap.
Exactly. So self-belief is important, that you need to know that you can achieve your goal or your target or your objective, and your negative thinking shouldn't stop you in that. Is that the right way? And next question is related to this, that how fear factor, this fear block abundance. I mean, fear of not doing anything, fear, for instance, you if someone has you just mentioned an example that if someone is changing their jobs, and the situations don't change, but if someone has repeatedly been rejected, for instance, or he hasn't achieved, so that fear of not achieving their target again, how to overcome that fear in this process of self-belief?
Because you cannot manifest anything, you cannot change your subconscious programming, you cannot discipline yourself if you don't release fears from your system. Basically, all these fears, they keep you limited. And usually people, when they are going through this thing, the fear of rejection, fear of not being able to be successful, they just keep it suppressed in their subconscious, in their inner child. So they need a healer or a therapist or counselor who can help them release that fear. Because if you want to do this work, inner work on yourself, you can of course do it. There are so many methods to self-heal yourself, but you must need some basic guideline. For example, as I give you that example of money issue, if you want to train your subconscious to be able to create more money, the basic thing is you need to clear your subconscious first of all from this lack programming, and that lack of money programming became your pattern because of some fear. It can be some negative belief about money. It can be some kind of trauma in the childhood when you were told you don't deserve anything good. And since money is a symbol of, prosperity is a symbol of comfort and joy and, fulfillment. So you start rejecting it. So first of all, you need to release all those things from your subconscious. Then you can manifest money. You cannot just start doing affirmations to multiply money. They are not going to work. Your subconscious is not going to take them. You need to empty your cup, if you want something new in it.
So you have to remove all those blockages and those
yes.
negative patterns. So that is really great. And so listeners, we are having Shabana Ali with us, and we are having an insightful discussion with her on these areas, and we'll join you right after this lovely track. Welcome back, listeners. This is Imad Kasir on Planet FM 87.6. The show is Mind and Muse, and we are having Shabana Ali Saiba with us, and she is enlightening us on ways to get emotionally healed. And she's a tarot card reader also. We'll be discussing that also. She's a spiritual healer, mind scientist, and she helps people improve their health, finances, and relationships. And madam, there is an other important area which we know these days. We call it childhood trauma and this inner child healing stuff. And this is really people don't even realize that they are carrying anything like that. So tell us that how does childhood trauma shape our adult life?
You need to, in order to understand your childhood trauma, if you have any, and if your inner child is wounded, to understand that, you need to look around yourself and look at your life. If everything is going in a flow and you are happy with your work, you are happy with your income, even if you're not, if you have goals to achieve, but still whatever you are earning, you are feeling content and happy, and in relationships you are feeling good, you don't have any trauma. But if you are stuck somewhere, if you are not very healthy, you have health issues and you have problems in your other areas of your life, or maybe in one area of your life, that means you need to clean your subconscious from trauma. You are carrying something. Usually, people don't realize this childhood trauma thing. That's the most difficult part for me as a healer, to make people realize, because nothing is your adult self is not creating anything. It's your inner child who remains 4 or 5 years old all through your life. And that child needs love, security, protection. So when you were growing up, when you are at that age, you don't remember what happened to you. Maybe your parents were not able to give you enough expression of love. Our parents always love us, but sometimes they are not able to express their love. A child needs that expression of love. Otherwise, he develops that lack of love thing. And that reflects in their other areas of life. So you just look at your current situation. Wherever you feel dissatisfied, wherever in whatever area of your life you are feeling you are not satisfied, things are stuck, and you are feeling miserable about this issue, that means there is something stuck in your inner child. So that's how you understand. You need to work on your inner child. Otherwise, there's no way to realize that your inner child is wounded.
Isn't it really difficult to convince others that they are carrying an inner child trauma? Because, for instance, if someone wasn't loved the way they should have been loved. And for instance, someone's any of their parent was emotionally unavailable and or maybe abusive, so that thing is reflected in their adult life of that child when they grow up. So how to convince them? I mean, as you mentioned that it's difficult for you also to.
It is very difficult because for example, I'll give you an example. There's someone who tells me that there's this lady. She's telling me she was happily married, and after, let's say, 14 years or maybe 10 years, husband passed away. Then again she got married, and husband is so nasty, and he has made her life hell, and now she has taken a divorce. When I'm listening to this story, I can understand. Father was very loving to her. For a girl, her father is her first love, and whatever she receives from that man, that becomes her a pattern in her subconscious. So, and mother was very strict, and she always criticized her. That also became a part. But father was somehow missing after during her childhood, or maybe in her teenage. So when I ask her, okay, so what happened to your father? Your father was very loving. You were very close to your father. She would say, yes, I was very close to him. So what happened to him? He passed away when I was 14. Okay, so husband passed away. Husband was very loving, but he passed away after 11 years. So this other husband, he is the manifestation of that criticism she was receiving from her mother, because mother is still alive and she's living with her mother, and mother is still the same. But she, as a child, she grew up with that kind of behavior. She saw that with her mother's behavior, and she's so comfortable with that. So annoyingly uncomfortable, because you get annoyed, but you become familiar with that pattern. You even don't even think about it, that it can be a cause of my misery. So this second husband, he's basically representing that pattern, that this annoying person, that is also a symbol of love, but he would stay in your life, but he's going to behave exactly your mother used to behave. So when I tell them, sometimes people don't connect with the concept that this is your subconscious, your inner child, who is trying to give you a message through these relationships, that you need to become your own parent, because that's the key. You need to connect with your inner child. You need to talk to him, and you have to become that loving father who went missing from your life. And you have to become your own mother, and you have to tell your child that I'm going to take care of you, I'm here for you, and I'll always be there to protect you. So once that child becomes comfortable, you may find a partner who would be loving and who would stay with you. Because you attract people according to your childhood traumas and your inner child's whatever state he's in.
Right. So do people always remember their childhood traumas?
No, people don't remember. When I started working on myself, I didn't know anything about my childhood traumas. I was not even aware that I went through any such thing. I used to believe that I had such a wonderful childhood because both my parents were there, and we were very comfortable, and it was a normal childhood. But no, it wasn't normal. When I started working on myself and I realized, I went through some hypnosis sessions basically. So then I designed a program based on those light hypnosis sessions to discover how you felt. For example, in this hypnosis session, through this meditation, you go into a trance-like state. You're fully aware.
All right, yes.
About yourself, right? And then we will start from some current issue. For example, right now I'm very upset because so and so, some colleague, or some neighbor, or maybe someone I know, they said something negative about me, and I have heard this same negative thing from so and so, from my ex-husband maybe, or from my anyone else in my life. So I start from that point. So when that person is in a state of that's trance, I would ask her or him to focus on that negative thinking of other people she was feeling upset about, and start feeling upset. Feel the feeling of being upset. How do you feel? Name that feeling.
Feel it to heal it.
Feel it to heal it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So once they are able to feel that feeling, so next question is, who made you feel this way before this person? So they go back, because they are already connected with their subconscious mind, and their conscious is fully active as well. So they can connect the dots in that state, and they can find another person who made them feel this way, and then another person. So
that
they
folder
go back.
basically is opened in their subconscious
Yes.
mind. That folder of that
Folder of that
exactly.
person, and then we take that person to their childhood, because sometimes I don't need to tell people to go to their childhood, because then they just connect that thing with their parents, and they would just say, yes, my mother used to say that this kind of stuff, or my father used to say this thing or that thing. So they can connect, and then there you are supposed to just forgive and let go of that feeling, and that parent, you need to forgive them, because your inner child didn't forgive them. And we don't want to believe that we are not able to forgive our parents. You know what? There was a workshop. I was listening to this workshop online, and there was this lady. She was doing this childhood trauma thing, and not directly, but in a way, she was helping people to let go of their past and clean their slate. And then she asked her audience, or जो भी लोग वहाँ पर थे, so what do you, if you were able to listen to your parent, and you would, what do you want to hear from them? What do you want them to say to you, your mother or your father? You know what majority said? Because they were in a meditative state.
Right.
I am sorry. That's what they want to listen to from their parents, because childhood wounds are there. Inner child was speaking through them at that time. But in our society especially, it's really difficult. In West, people accept these things. In our society, people believe, no, this is guna, to say that your parents did something wrong to you. They are your parents, and you are not supposed to feel angry about it. But your inner child is angry. I'm not saying you are angry. Your inner child is angry, and it's creating hurdles for you. And I'm not asking you to punish your parents. You are supposed to forgive them. So, but mostly now people understand, they have the awareness, and they want to get well, and they want to, improve their life, quality of their lives. So people are cooperating now, and people are aware. Inner child health and its well-being is now, something people do realize it's important.
Right, this is really inspirational, and you rightly mentioned that a normal-looking childhood also may have these emotional wounds, and these trauma, they affect all areas of our lives. Is that way, like the relationships or self-worth? Like, for instance, you mentioned that these inner child, when you take these sessions, and most of the clients, they come up with this sentence that they want to listen from their fathers, that or their parents rather, that they were sorry, or so once it is done, so then do they forgive their parents and that trauma is resolved? Or
not in one session, basically. Sometimes, when I take them back in their childhood, sometimes they discover things that happened to them. They had forgotten about them, but they can remember certain things, and after that they refuse to forgive those people, whether they were the parents or any other relatives. They don't feel like forgiving them. But purpose is not your forgiveness. Basically, it's your acceptance. Becoming consciously aware that this thing happened, and I need to accept it, that it happened, and I need to let go of it. So even when in the session they refuse to forgive or let go, many people do forgive and let go, but this let go process, it takes time. Even when people do say immediately, okay, I forgive my parents, or I forgive all those old elder people who did this to me, it always takes some time. So I always tell people to continue doing a 2-minute meditation with their inner child every day, at least once a day. Anytime you can do this meditation after the session. So your inner child should feel secure. Your inner child doesn't want, when you are adult, your inner child doesn't want those parents. It wants you to be her or his parent, and it wants to be wants that connection with you. When we grow up, we don't give any attention to our inner child. We are not even aware it exists, or and it just doesn't want you to just keep on saying, I love you, I'm going to protect you. You actually need to do something. For example, once you are on that self-healing journey, your inner child would guide you how to make healthy boundaries, how to stop pleasing people, and how to take care of yourself, your adult self, basically. If you are still doing those things and you are telling your inner child that I love you, he or she is not going to accept it, because you are not actually taking care of your inner child. So basically, this is about your self-love, self-appreciation, and that self-love. People ask, why do you need to love yourself? Because you are supposed to love others. You cannot love others. People say, isn't it selfish to love yourself? No, it's not selfish. It's very important. If you don't love yourself, you cannot claim to love anybody else, even if your children. I mean, you don't love your children truly if you are not able to love yourself. Because if you are not able to love yourself, you cannot protect what is yours. If I'm not able to love myself and value myself, I won't give value to my children and all those people who are close to me. You don't have that thing in you. So you have to develop it. This is something which Iqbal calls khudi, a part of it. It starts from self-love. You need to protect yourself.
And in that way, you mentioned that forgiving, when you work on these childhood trauma related stuff, you mentioned that often people, they don't want to forgive their parents or those who did something wrong or who said something wrong to them. But is this true that forgiving them is basically forgiving their own selves?
Yes, exactly. It's forgiving your own self. But sometimes people become so bitter. When I said they don't want to forgive themselves, their parents, eventually they do, because all these inner reflections, they have their importance and their you can say a long-term effect on the personality. So eventually people do forgive,
but it takes time.
It takes time, yeah.
And it's hard for them to believe that
Yes.
way, right?
Yes.
Right. So, listeners, we are having wonderful conversation with Shabana Ali, and we will continue this lovely conversation after this news bulletin. Stay tuned. Welcome back, listeners. This is Imad Kasir on Planet FM 87.6. The show is Mind and Muse, and we are having insightful Shabana Ali with us, and she is a healer. She's a mind scientist. She is expert in tarot card reading, and she helps people improve their life and through energy healing and mind sciences. And before the break, we discussed so many different areas. And now, ma'am, could you please let our listeners know about ancestral healing and generational patterns? What are they?
That's very important because, we carry our ancestors' energy in our DNA.
This is interesting to know.
But scientifically, you carry your ancestors' genes.
Absolutely, that's fine.
Right? And where are your genes? Where do they reside? In your DNA.
Absolutely.
Right? And where is your DNA in your body?
In every cell.
In every cell. So, in every cell, your ancestors are living through you. And so are their traumas and their blocks and their flow, energy. Everything is living through you. Whatever you are, this body, you inherit everything from them. So if your ancestors had some money issue, they had some trauma related with money, you are going to inherit that too. So sometimes when people work on their inner child and they release their childhood traumas, basically they are releasing that energy from their system. And this ancestral healing comes when you release some kind of energy, some kind of childhood trauma and block from your system. You are healing your ancestors as well, because they are living through you. So in our religion, in every religion actually, there are certain rituals and prayers done for the ancestors.
Absolutely.
Right? So that is the purpose, because your ancestors are living through you. You are doing those prayers for yourself. So they have left, you are carrying a part of them. And usually we carry that part which needs healing. For example, have you seen any family where all the women, they are alone? They don't sustain a relationship with a man. I know so many women.
Yes, I have also seen such families, and they keep on repeating that same pattern.
Yes, generation after generation. For example, that grandmother got widowed when she was very young, and she raised her children on her own. And then, in her children, there were certain women, daughters, and somebody got widowed, some got divorced, someone may have not find anybody to get married with. So they ended up all being on their own. And it keeps on going on through generations. So in such situations, they are carrying that ancestral trauma of losing the partner, and they can always heal it. They can release their childhood traumas, and then they can work on their ancestor. You cannot see the full history of your family. You may not have that record, who was who, and who was single and who remained single, or who was not in a good relationship, and from where this started. But you can start from yourself. You are that person. Whoever decides to heal themselves, that one person is going to clear, if they are able to successfully heal their inner child, and they are able to heal their selves and come out of that particular issue, their previous 7 generations are healed usually, and their future 7 generations are healed as well, because it travels. Healing travels and trauma travels
That travels through their DNA, as you
through
rightly
their
mentioned.
DNA. Yes, because
So-
I mean, you cannot deny DNA. Science
Then of course
can't deny.
we cannot, and so that is really an interesting concept. And but you were mentioning before the break that people often don't they don't realize, or they don't want to accept that they have any kind of childhood trauma. So in that scenario, isn't it is really difficult to get them convinced that they might be carrying some ancestral patterns with them?
It is really difficult, but you know what? The main problem is people are. I mean, their minds are so cluttered, and they just create a story about their life, and they keep on repeating that story. It's important to bring them to a state where they can stop repeating that story. For example, I know people. For example, if somebody is single for a long time and they want to get married, but they never find any right match, they keep on telling myself, I wanted to get married, but I never found a right person. I hope I find it. I found that right person someday, but I just keep on praying. I mean, look at that style. This is how they repeat in their mind. They are feeling sorry for themselves, and they're just telling themselves that this is what I want. I want to keep on looking for the right person to come in your life, but I don't want to change my inner story. So, if you can heal your inner child and you don't change that story, that healing is not going to work. So instead of thinking I had been repeating your previous failures, you start saying that instead of talking about your past, you can create a story that I'm healed, I'm happy, and I am creating a positive and beautiful and wonderful future for myself. You don't need to say any affirmations to create a partner, to attract a partner. You don't need to. You just need to raise your vibrational frequency and stop feeling sorry for yourself. Universe is going to bring you something, whatever is good for you. Whether that's a partner or whether that's some kind of other thing. Have you seen that singer who's single and she adopted children?
It's a Pakistani singer.
Hadika Kiani. Yes. And she's single and she's happy. I mean, she's not sad. So she has raised her frequency and now she's earning a lot of money. She's doing a lot of charity work.
Yes.
Which is so noble. But how do you think? Because she has channeled that energy and universe gave her lots of money. Because her frequency is so high. She could have attracted a partner, but maybe she chose not to be with someone. So universe is compensating her with other success and joy,
all that abundance. Yes, exactly. So you enlightened us that healing can also heal our future generations also.
Yes.
So that travels not only backwards but also forward. So now I would be discussing something which is very interesting and people are always curious about, and you are an expert, so who else knows these things better than you? What are these tarot cards, and why are people they fear about this concept of this tarot card? Tell our listeners in simple words, what are these tarot cards?
Well, tarot cards are basically, this is a deck of 78 cards, and there are pictures on them, but when a tarot card reader holds them, for example, when I do the reading, I hold the cards, I start shuffling them, and I just get connected with them, So if I have to, if you have a question, for example, when are you going to get next promotion?
All right.
So when I spread the cards, they when you question from cards, they pick up this question, they pick up the energy, and they pick up your energy, and according to your energy, they explain the possibilities,
All right.
how soon you are going to get next promotion. They don't say anything on their own. Basically, they pick up your energy, and then I can explain whatever they are telling me. There is nothing to be afraid of. Because cards, they don't have anything to say on their own. I mean, they just explain whatever you are thinking, whatever you are curious about, whatever you want to know, based on your energy.
What is that card actually reading that is actually based on? What concept? You said that they read the energy of those who question. And do we really need an expert like you, who is an expert in tarot card? Like, for instance, if I don't know anything about tarot cards, but I only know this thing that you just mentioned, that we can ask anything from them and they can tell us about that. So will I be able to get an answer from tarot cards?
Of course.
All
You
right.
will always be able to get the answer, even if you don't know any about cards. I never learned card reading from anybody.
All right.
I was, as a healer, when I started working as, I started working as a healer. So it was really difficult for me to explain to people that you need to improve your lives by working on yourself. People were not ready then. So then I started this tarot reading. But I'm doing the same thing. I mean, without using tarot cards, by talking to you through your date of birth, looking at your aura, I can tell whatever you need to do, whatever is required for you to do. But I use cards because then, cards have their own language. When I explain their language, sometimes it helps more to people than simply explaining to them that you need to fix those holes in your aura. Instead of saying that, cards tell you exactly you need to work on your subconscious, or you have certain fears in your system, whether they are related with money or whether they are related to your relationships or whatever. Even in health matters, cards can
So they really help you in your decision making also?
Yes, they can. They can be really good, because sometimes, especially when you are working on your inner self. For example, you started working on your inner self for something, and it's been 3 months, 4 months, or maybe 6 months, and you don't know. You are working on your career path, and some new opportunity appears. You are not sure whether this new opportunity is there to try something new and create something new, or your past pattern is repeating itself. So we can ask questions from tarot card, and they can tap into your subconscious, and they can exactly tell you whether what kind of energy this new thing is presenting itself to you.
This is interesting. And another similar topic, that is zodiac signs. How much do these signs really influence our personality?
Zodiac signs.
Yes.
To be honest, I don't believe much in astrology. Yes, they do impact zodiac signs and your birth numbers. They have their certain impact on you. But I stopped following astrology many years ago when I realized whatever excuse me, whatever those zodiac charts were telling me about my life, that was never happening. I mean, not even a single thing happened. Those positive things I'm talking about, and I knew certain good astrologers who made my charts, and there was no mention of certain challenges that came up. So then I studied this thing. Why is that? And the reason was, no matter how all the planets are supporting you, your sign, if you are full of traumas and your mind is always complaining about certain things in your life, you are not going to experience those good things which your astrology report is predicting. Your your planets are not going to help you get out of it. You have to work on your inner self to create your positive and beautiful future.
So at the end of the day, it is you who will
It is
be doing anything for your own self, not the planets. They
Not
can
the
help you
planets.
unless you do it, that stuff yourself.
Exactly.
Right. So this
Y-
is
you know, these planets work like, for example, somebody told you you should wear ruby so you can attract wealth. That's according to your whatever date of birth or whatever you call it. So you start wearing ruby, and in 3, 4, maybe 10 years, you will start earning money without working on yourself. You know. So these Jupiter is there out there shining bright, but it can't help you unless you learn your lessons from the challenges and release your traumas, release your past patterns. You need to break those patterns, and then something good will happen.
right. And it reminds me of that Paulo Coelho's that famous line that in that Alchemist, he says that when you want something, the whole universe conspires
Yes.
to make it happen. But the important thing is that you have to think, and then universe will start helping
Yes,
you.
exactly.
Unless you think positively, unless you attract. And we can also connect this with this law of attraction also. Like, for instance, if your zodiac sign is telling you that you will attract money or you will attract success, but if you are not sure of it, and if you don't believe in this and in your own ability or your own self, you won't be able to attract
You won't
that.
be. One is your own ability. The other is you don't trust universe. You feel if your inner mental talk is, universe never gives me whatever I want. It brings me challenges all the time. Universe is going to bring you challenges.
If this is my self-talk, I won't be able to.
You won't be. And even if you believe in yourself, that yes, I do believe in myself, I've worked on myself, and I'm not going to talk about any such things, but I doubt universe. It may not bring me something good. Universe is not going to bring you anything good, because doubt is never going to let you be successful. Doubt is going to lead you to some dark place, no matter how much good work you have done. So there shouldn't be self-doubt. There shouldn't be doubt on the universe. And when you do something with conviction that I'm going to get it, even if you don't get it, next time you will get it.
That self-belief and conviction.
Conviction. Believe in the universe. Universe is all love. There are only two energies in the universe: love and fear.
Absolutely.
And all these negative feelings like insecurities, shame, guilt, regret, and what else? Abandonment, that hurt, that pain, all these things are fears. When I say fear, so many people tell me, no, I don't fear anything. Yes, you do. If you have some kind of a guilt in your system, for example, some people don't spend on themselves because they feel guilty. I often hear from people, yes, I'm earning this much and I love to spend on my family, my loved ones. No, but when I spend something on myself, I really feel guilty. I don't feel like. You know what? Today you are getting a lot of money and you're spending on others and you are feeling guilty when you spend on yourself. You are giving a strong message to universe that I don't deserve much money, because your relationship with money is so bad that you give away for others. You spend it on others, but I don't need it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't need it. This message is so strong no matter how much you are trying to put in good work into it, eventually you are going to lose that money. So when people lose money, that means they don't care about money. They need to work on their ancestor trauma if there are some blocks in their lineage, and they need to work on themselves and their inner child.
That's brilliant. And listeners, we are having a wonderful conversation with Shabana Ali Saiba, and she is enlightening us on so many different areas. And we will join you right after this lovely track. Welcome back, listeners. This is Imad Kasir on Planet FM 87.6. The show is Mind and Muse, and we are having insightful Shabana Ali Saiba with us, and we have discussed so many different areas. Ma'am, would you let our listeners know that how to release financial blocks without consulting a healer? So how to...
Okay. So there are so many things you can do on your own. For example, if you can analyze your patterns, financial patterns, and first of all you need to see what is your wrong belief about money. As I said, if you are not if you feel any guilt about money, do you feel anything about money, that you're not worthy of it, or maybe you don't know what it is and simply you're not able to make money. So I would suggest you can do maintain a journal and start writing every day. At least give yourself half an hour every day, in the morning or in the night before going to bed. And in the morning is the best time, first thing when you get up, because you need to write down about all the negative feelings which are emerging because of not having enough money, all the difficulties you are facing. When you start writing them, do it every day without any break, and after 30 days just go back and read all of your writings, and you will discover there are only 2 or 3 things which are repeating every day. You need to eliminate those feelings. I'm not saying those factors from where you got that feeling. For example, if you don't have money, how would you feel?
Lack of money is itself a feeling that of course one feels bad when they don't have...
Bad is not a name of the feeling. No? You have to name that feeling. You feel abandoned. First of all, you feel abandoned by the universe. When you look at other people, if you go deeper, you will realize you feel as if you have been rejected by universe, by God.
All right, that's true.
You are unloved by God. And even people around you. I hear from people, how do you feel? Because my focus is to understand what do you feel about that money.
It's all about feelings, yes.
Feelings.
Yes.
So they feel unloved, they feel rejected, they feel abandoned, and they feel as if they are being punished. Now question yourself, write it down, question yourself, who punished me in the childhood? Parents must have punished you.
All right.
So, just who punished? You need to remember something. Who abandoned you? Who made you feel rejected? Who made you feel unloved? And then just forgive them. You can do this on your own. You don't need to go to a healer or counselor. Just do this. Start forgiving them. But you need to spare some time for this process. Take it seriously. Do it. This forgiving process, do it for next, let's say, 10-11 days. And then start some positive affirmations. For example, don't do any money affirmations, for God's sake. They don't work. You can say some positive thing about yourself. I am a wonderful, amazing, magical person. It has to do nothing with money, apparently. But this thing raises your frequency. And since you are looking for money and you want to feel loved and protected, money is going to follow you. You will find opportunities. Money will start flowing towards you. You just need to raise your vibrational frequency. And there is, of course, zikr to raise your vibrational frequency. Astaghfirullah. If you keep on reciting astaghfirullah, just astaghfirullah for 10 minutes, you know what? It cleanses you.
That istighfar,
Istighfar.
Yes, absolutely.
And Durud Sharif.
Fine. And you mentioned that working on your feeling, it reminded me of that quote from Schopenhauer. He said a similar thing, that if you work on your ability or your talent, all these things like fame and money, they will follow you. These are byproduct of
Exactly.
so-
Exactly. Everything follows you, because you don't need to go out and start looking for a good relationship. Relationship is going to emerge in your life if you're ready. If you're not, it's not going to happen. Whatever you do, just raise your frequency.
It's all
And
about
to raise your frequency, there's another very important aspect, that is gratitude. Whatever you have, make sure to say thanks to universe for everything. Even if you have just 10 rupees in your purse, just start saying thank you. And a biggest mistake we all do is we keep on complaining about things, about lack. When you look at the news, any news channel, you will hear all the negative things people are saying. And everybody is saying, oh, gas kitni महंगी हो गई है, बिजली कितनी महंगी है, government is so bad.
Yes, most of the time we keep on saying negative
Negative
things.
stuff, because you are attracting more and more
Negativity.
More negativity.
Yes, exactly.
Instead, if you start saying thank you Allah for the government, at least there is a government in this country. Thank you for the police, thank you for the army, thank you for the gas, whatever gas is available,
Whatever
the electricity is available.
Yes, we have to be grateful for whatever we have.
Whatever we have, instead of saying complaining about your high bills, electricity and gas bills, start saying at least you have these facilities. There are places where there is no gas, electricity, water, anything. So start saying thank you for all these things. Start saying thank you for your health. Start saying thank you for your work, even if it's not able to take care of all of your needs. But start saying thank you. Gratitude is going to bring you so many opportunities, trust me.
That's absolutely fine. And as you mentioned, that if we keep on saying things like we lack, for instance, so we will attract more lack of it. We'll be abundant in that lack.
Yes, we will. And in our country, we are very abundant in lack. Everybody talks about lack.
Yes, and we keep on attracting the same, and because that patterns are there, and we don't want to change those patterns.
We don't want to, because we don't have any other thing to talk about. We need to talk about something. No?
Right. So, okay, and please let our listeners know that what is the energy behind health issues? What
Health
kind
issues,
of?
yes.
Ji.
That's very interesting, because whatever health issues we get, our body needs a long process to create them.
All right.
We do a lot of hard work to create our health issues.
This is interesting to know.
Because every health issue starts with that energy.
Fine.
That depleted energy in our body.
All right.
It's just a message from the body that stop complaining about things, be grateful. We had been giving something negative to ourselves, that they create something. For example, this joints pain. Every other person seems to be complaining about joints pain.
Yes.
It's terrible, this joints pain. You know why it happens? When people criticize you continuously, you are already in your childhood, your mother criticized you, or your father was very strict, and now your in-laws, they are mostly, by the way, women go through this joints
All
pain.
right.
Your in-laws had been criticizing you and saying negative things about you. Your bones absorbed everything and stored that pain in your joints, because when they were criticizing you and saying negative stuff about you, other people, you were continuously in your mind thinking about those things and defending yourself in your mind, not able to say or act on that. You were not able to defend yourself. So, I mean, if you want to heal your joints pain, you need to let go of those things. You need to talk to someone, some therapist. Instead of taking those medicines for pain relief, you should get some therapy where you can talk about that stuff and release it from your system. Another thing is, for example, high blood pressure. When you're so angry, you know what? When I talk about feelings, what is the feeling behind anger? Helplessness. When you were a child, you felt helpless in certain situations, and there were elders around you. They may be your parents or your older siblings, or maybe your uncles and aunts, whoever. But you were a victim to their narcissism or whatever. So they did something and you were angry, but you couldn't express your anger. But then you expressed that anger on others, and that became your pattern, and then now you're grown up, but you are that helpless child from inside, and your ego tells you to react as an angry person. And sometimes when you are trying to hold that anger, that whole struggle, that creates high blood pressure. So medicines can help you a little, but to manage that thing. But if you want to really heal yourself, you need to release that helplessness from your system and anger. You know,
That suppressed emotion in your
Yes.
childhood that creates this kind of disease. So
exactly.
again, as you mentioned, that we have to work on ourselves in
Yes.
that way, and we need to get that healed. That's interesting. Okay, so now tell us about the overall energy of this year to 2026, this new year, and tell us something about this year.
You know what? This is the year which I was waiting for since
this
almost
is
5-6 years. 5-6 years. Because, you know what? Every 9 years, it's a cycle of 9 years.
All right,
Previous cycle started in 2017.
17 years.
That was one number, 2 plus 1 plus 7. That's if
Exactly.
you add up, it comes 1.
Yes.
So one's energy was, I didn't feel new in 2017. I mean, it was a general perception that things which we had already going on in our lives, they continued going on.
All right.
But 2026, this is going to be a different year. Its energies of 1. Our last year was 2025, number 9. It was a completion year, so we had been releasing a lot of negativity and a lot of baggage, and our old patterns were breaking. So we are continuing with that pattern so far. One's energy is going to start from you can say spring equinox, which is on 23rd of March. So usually New Year's energy spiritually starts on the equinox, spring equinox, and from the new moon in the end of February, we are going to, Chinese New Year is going to start, which is the year of horse. Previous year was which is going on so far, that was the year of snake. So from snake we are going to shift to the horse. Snake was basically about releasing past, releasing patterns, and number 9, it all made it so um, you can say intense. So we were able to release, and if we are not able, we didn't release our baggage, we are going to release it in the in this few this New Year's, early few months. But New Year's energy, 2026 six's energy is really amazing and powerful. It's the year of fire horse. Number is 1, which is also fire number, sun number, and I'm hoping a lot of things are going to get better in our country, in people's lives overall, inshallah. New opportunities are coming up, and we are going to feel better, and something new is about to start in our lives overall.
So overall, this is a positive energy.
Very positive energy.
And as we have been discussing, that we need to be positive whatever the circumstances are. But this time in this year, the circumstances are also going to be positive. So the atmosphere, the environment, all that will be positive. So we need to stay positive, right?
Yes.
In the last, I would ask a few quick questions. One habit everyone should drop immediately. What would that be if I ask you?
Habit to complain about other things in life. Complain. Stop complaining about things.
All right. And
immediately. Right now.
Right now. Fine. So this is kind of a rapid fire. And the other question is, one daily practice for positive energy. You mentioned journaling, but what else?
Journaling can be that thing, but I would suggest deep breathing.
Okay.
Even if you do it for 5 minutes, that brings a lot of positive energy. Just deep breathing.
Fine, that's true. Okay, tarot or intuition, which is stronger?
Intuition. Without intuition, you can't read tarots.
Right, that's great. And healing starts with the mind or the heart?
Basically, it starts with the mind. This is very interesting because when people promote heart energy, heart chakra, and the stuff, people think feelings trigger our negativity in us, but that's our thoughts. For example, you are thinking about something in a negative way, and all of a sudden you change your thoughts and you start thinking about positive aspects of that negative situation. That is going to create positive feelings in you.
You mean that we can focus on positive aspects in a negative situation also?
In a negative situation as well, yes.
So can you give any example, for instance, if...
Yes, something recently happened to me.
If you want to share.
Yes, there was house help.
Right.
I had her since many years.
Right.
And I found myself that she was quite lazy and she won't listen to me and stuff, And I realized I was always thinking, she doesn't listen to me, she's not working properly. I'm always complaining in my head, always about her. For a change, I tried. I'm not going to complain about her. I'm really grateful that she's here. She's helping me a lot. She was really good at cooking, though since few months she was not doing very good cooking. So I just started, not for her, I wanted to make myself positive. I didn't want to focus on negative thoughts. Can you imagine, within maybe 10 days, she just left, and whatever this other one who came as her replacement, my God, you won't believe how sweet she is and hardworking. I mean, I was like, wow, really, I don't have to say anything to her. She just understands and she does whatever I want her to do, So, power of gratitude. We keep on complaining about a situation, that situation will never go. That situation is going to linger on in our lives.
Right.
No matter how small or big,
Fine. That's great. And is self-love selfish?
Of course not. Not having self-love is selfish. You know, when people don't love themselves, they are the most greedy people. They are the most selfish people. They are the most negative people who don't love themselves. They don't know what love is. God created you with love. So, love is something which is God's attribute. How can you become selfish by loving yourself? Self-love means you are learning how to love your life, and your life includes all the people in your life, from your family to friends to neighbors to your colleagues and your people who are working for you, your staff. Everybody is there, and you are you are able to love everybody else. That's a part of self-love. If you are becoming more selfish since you started loving yourself, then you are not loving yourself. You are doing something else, but it's not self-love.
It reminds me of that announcement we keep on hearing when traveling in aeroplanes, that they say that before helping others, you need to help yourself with those oxygen masks and that stuff.
Yes.
So helping yourself first is important for helping others also.
Yes. For example, we just talked about if you are feeling guilty, if you spending money on yourself, you are going to lose that money. I've seen that happening. If you are happy when you spend on yourself, you are going to be generous with others as well, and that generosity is going to bring you more blessings. No?
Right.
But charity starts from home. Love starts from the self.
That's a brilliant way of putting this. Okay, and what is the easiest way of letting go what is not serving you more?
There is no easiest way of letting go.
Okay.
There's always a difficult process to let go. First of all, you need to know what you want to let go. If that's
if anything is not serving you anymore.
If that is not serving you anymore, and if you are lucky enough to find out this thing is not serving me anymore, you have to keep on telling yourself that I let it go. And whenever you think of that thing, distract yourself. You cannot convince yourself you have convinced yourself logically that I'm going to let go. I need to let go of this thing.
All right.
But you keep that thing alive in your thoughts, and you don't know how to not to think about it.
How to get rid of that thought.
So everything, you give life to something in your thoughts, in your imagination. Someone did something bad. You are not able to forget that. Some loved one passed away, and you are not able to let go of that grief. You just start distracting yourself from that thing. It's just like quitting smoking. You just distract yourself. You replace something. I mean, you get something, you can keep on munching some nuts, but you can't do it. I mean, you cannot keep on thinking about it and thinking to get rid of it at the same time. You need to distract yourself. You need to replace that thought with something else.
Right. And your last message for the listeners. One message you would like to give to our listeners.
I would say just keep on saying thank you, because this year has so many opportunities for all of us. If we start saying thank you for everything, and I would say my listeners that the best thing we can do for our country is start saying thank you for everything this country is providing you, because that is going to increase our blessings. We had been complaining for last 70 years. It's not going to help us.
This is a brilliant message to end the show. And Shabana Ali Saiba, thank you very much for sharing such powerful insights today and taking time out of your busy schedule and you joined us.
Thank you so much for your time as well.
And
thank you.
Thank you very much. And this conversation reminded us that healing isn't about fixing ourselves. It's about understanding ourselves. And to everyone listening out there, remember that healing begins the moment you choose yourself. So with this, this is Imad Kasir signing off from Planet FM 87.6. The show is Mind and Muse. And until next time, Allah Hafiz.